Hello, my name is Nina Lamb. I was asked by the Masonry Advisory Council to talk to Lucien about his work. Lucien designed 27 iconic buildings in Chicago area, including where we are right now at 2550 Lakeview. What other benefits would you say to using masonry?
The brick material is more human. You feel better about because the scale of it, and the brick wall is linear. It's a piece at a time that you build up, and you can see the human involvement in doing that, and you feel that space is more friendly. It's inviting. It's friendly and inviting as a space because I think the scale of the brick, you can see the line, you see the materials. It's something that you comprehend.
How does masonry fit with the modern trends of building design?
But I think today we're using brick in a very modern way. There's less detail, but then they're just plain and mix of glass and other material. And the brick can adapt itself very well to modern architecture.
When do you choose materials when you start to plan and conceptualize a project?
I think it has a lot to do with the context. Where we do glass and stone and what kind of glass, what kind of metal. I think you want to respond by material with the context, So, like in New York, what we did in New York, it's a corner, and we turn the corner, and there's those two walls, going all the way to the Hudson River, and all those buildings are the same height, and the cornice, and they're all brick wall, they're brownish, dark brick. And we decided we should blend with this wall, so it's continuation of New York. So we use a little bit of different color, then more lively, but the use of the brick, we decided, I don't think we went to say, well, what are we going to use? No, I said, it's got to be brick. And then we select the brick and select the detail, but we could have used stone or something else, but it doesn't belong there, Those buildings have to belong to the city, to the community, to the location. You want them to belong. You don't want to push away everything else. You want, I'm here, I'm part of the community. And when you come home, that's where you come home.
Is cost a major consideration when you conceptualize a project?
Well, the beauty of brick, it's not expensive. So you don't have to worry about that. I think it's a very, very economical material, cost-efficient material, and you can do a lot of details with the brick. They don't cost more. If you do a granite wall, you do a lot of details, it's going to cost much more. With a brick, because, you put them on one by one, so you can twist them, turn them, there's many ways that brings details.
What advice would you give young architects who are choosing building materials when they start to design?
I'd say use bricks. There is so much you can do with it. In the housing, the houses being done, design by design, you see a lot of brick wall, but in a very modern way, and not just conventional way.
And a brick wall can also be transparent if it's perforated. Yeah. If you start to let light in, and it becomes not an enclosure, but it's a series of walls.
Yeah, and when you look at a brick wall, depending on the sun comes during the day move, there's a texture. There's a very rich texture. It's not like something very flat. There's a texture, and we love that. The clothes you have, they always have a texture. The brick wall gives you that. In a very simple wall, it gives you that texture, which is rich. You want to touch. I think it's a wonderful material.
I know that a lot of people have said very great things about your buildings and your work. And it's the people that live in them. And they come forward and they can't put they can't describe it, but they feel like it's their home and it's a sense of home.
Yes.
So I wanted to appreciate that you've come and share a lot of that experience with us today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucien.
Thank you.